Ready? Chapter 40. Blood God. Ossian approached Arvid. This was his opening. General, this is not going to go as planned, Ossian said as he looked at him. Why's that? Arvid asked him. Our creator is much more powerful than we thought. During the last night shift she was looking at me, and I could feel my heart almost stop. I lost all control over my blood. I am sure it was her doing. Arvid waved his hand dismissively. You're imagining things. It was early in the morning. You were probably tired from just waking up. No, I wasn't. I'm telling you she did it. I wasn't imagining anything. She was controlling me without even touching me. It must have been how all the wounded officers have healed so fast around her. She was controlling their bodies, forcing them to heal faster. It was apparent how worried the lieutenant was. No, we all know they heal faster because she's closer to us, making her blood in us stronger. That is all. Don't go around spreading all these wild theories. It's not a good idea, Arvid answered him. We are playing Russian roulette with a god. Ossian was getting increasingly more frustrated with the Brigadier General's refusal to believe him. Oh, come on. We call her a god because her blood mages into mages. Not because we think she's almighty, Arvid answered, still as calm as before. What if she's almighty? She isn't. Look at her. She can't even walk by herself without fainting. She has to be carried everywhere. She isn't even as strong as an average woman, let alone a mage. Her body might be self-healing, but she is weak, Arvid answered him. She could be stronger than all of us combined, the lieutenant said desperately. Don't be ridiculous. Her blood made us stronger, but she obviously can't change anything about herself. She's just a vessel to make others powerful. The Brigadier General patted the doctor encouragingly on the back. Ossian couldn't get through to Arvid. That much was apparent. He could try to go even higher to Edda, but she had already threatened to strip him of his rank once. Would she even listen? Neela and Atle were already on their way to fetch the soldiers, and trying it with any of the other generals were useless. They would only tell him to go to his commanding generals. In the end, there was no one else he could turn to. There was nothing he could do to stop this. They wanted to use his creator as a vessel. Most of the mages didn't care about her at all, just the power her blood held. The moment she would see through their flatter and use her powers, they were all doomed. This was going to end in a catastrophe. He looked over at Edda. He at least had to try. Lieutenant Colonel Freya stood leaning on her spear. She had heard the entire conversation between the two officers. There was no doubt in her mind that Ossian was right. Everyone was so blinded by their own goals that they failed to see their creator's motivation. Freya was used to the shallowness of the people around her. She knew very well that people only focused on her outward appearance when they approached her. None of them had any deeper interest in her. With time she had gotten increasingly bitter. Eventually she had just turned to insults when someone hit on her. The only one who had ever turned her down was Yuva. However, he might be a bit too twisted for her taste. Ossian, though, he sure wasn't like the rest of the people she was used to. Maybe there was more like him in Neela's blood army. She looked over at Aino. Whatever it is you plan to do, my creator, if you manage to pull it off, you have my respect. Show them what lies beneath that meek exterior of yours. Show them how little your surface really matters, she said quietly and smiled. General Edda, I have something to tell you, Ossian said as he made an audible swallow. Edda looked up at him. What did he want this time? He was always worried about something. It was starting to get on her nerves. Ossian felt the Major General's eyes pierce right through him. She did not seem open for a conversation with him. You're worried about something again, aren't you? She asked him in an even colder tone than usual. The creator, she's more powerful than we thought. If I'm right, she can control us all. He felt his heart racing. What was the Major General going to say in return? If she is, then there is nothing we can do, Edda replied. But we have to do something to stop all of this, he said, almost pleading for her to act. No, we don't. This is set in stone. Nothing you say is going to change any of this. Worrying about something you can't change is not going to help. An order is an order. He opened his mouth, but closed it again before he had even said anything. It was useless. Well, it had been fun as long as it lasted. He sighed and sat down on the grass, completely deflated. I have to ask, why do you only make out with people when you're drunk? Bank asked Jorgen as they sat waiting. I guess I haven't found anyone I want to do it with sober, she said and shrugged. So that's it. You're just picky. She raised her eyebrows. I suppose so. You sound disappointed. Did you expect some deep, heart-wrenching story? I don't know, but if you're that picky, you might not find anyone, he commented. She chuckled at him. Then so be it. I'm good either way. Aino could feel them, every single one of them. Every step they were taking closer to her. She felt it. She grabbed Keon's hand and held it tight. The soldiers are coming, she told him. He turned to her. Now? She nodded. Yes, all of them. Keon took a deep breath. It was finally happening. All of them gathered at once. This was it. She had to pull this off. He had no clue how she was going to do it, but she had to. Otherwise, they were both screwed. As the soldiers approached, with the 4 generals leading the way, the officers started lining up in front of Aino. She stood there together with Keon, dreading what would happen. The generals created the first horizontal line. Behind them the colonels, lieutenant colonels, majors, captains, lieutenants, and second lieutenants, all in accordance to rank. The unranked soldiers joined behind them as the twins and lieutenant generals walked up to the front line. Niila and Ayla stationed themselves in front of everyone else and looked right at Aino. They bowed, and everyone else behind them followed suit. More than 6,000 mages bowed in front of their creator as her mind was taken over by theirs. Over 6,000 wills against hers. She stood no chance. Niila looked right into the eyes of his creator. Aino, the power flows through your veins, through our veins. Feel us, feel all of us. Let our will guide you. Let your shackles go. Stand with us, stand to lead us. Be our field marshal, our 5-star general. The blood army will follow you. We are your army. Your blood created us, and we will grow to become the strongest army the world has ever seen. By your hand. We are the army that will create a sea of blood of our enemies. Step in it, part it, and be our blood god. Aino had forgotten what she wanted, forgotten who she was striving to be. The feeling of power was exhilarating, the feeling of being adored by so many people, to have people bow to her like she was better than them. They were celebrating her. Who was she to say no? Their demands seemed reasonable. How would she have any objections? She looked at the sea of mages, bowing for her, only her. I'll be your field marshal. I'll be your blood god, she answered calmly.